guys, welcome back to the Ivy Vlog today. So today I was supposed to do a Q&A episode, but I'm not going to be doing the Q&A episode until a little bit later into the season. But I saw your Q&A questions, and wow, you all did not hold back. But what I wanted to talk about for this episode was what am I afraid of? The next chapter in my life, and emotions. So the one topic I want to talk about first, the next step of my life. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do, when high school is over. I always wanted to pursue something in my life. Right now, I'm pursuing what? Music, right? And it's something that brings me joy. It's something that makes my heart just beat like so amazing. And if you all love my music very, very much, there's a new song coming out this Friday. I repeat, this Friday. Let me tell you what song it's called so you all can go check it out. It's called Tequila Nights and Neon Lights, and I'm about to explain what the song is about right now. So Tequila Nights and Neon Lights, that was a song that I wrote. When did I write that song? No, I wrote it, but when? I wrote it on June 25th, 2025 at 11:40 a.m. So basically that song, in my opinion, I wanted to do a rap song that had to do a little bit about tour. And I was not at first, I was not like thinking, oh, let's do Ivy's home music sing dance tour at the time. At the time, I had a lot of momentum and a lot of thinking of what I wanted to do with my life. And there's more than music to me in my life. You just have to dig for the pieces to find that in your heart. Tequila Nights and Neon Lights has to do about letting your hair down, breaking some rules, and being rebellious. So that song really shows a whole lot. I wanted to release it somewhat before August started, but I've decided to release it this Friday. So yeah. It's called Tequila Nights and Neon Lights, so make sure to stay tuned for that new song. It's going to be a rap version, and I can't wait for y'all to listen to the song. It's going to be really cool just to see the dynamics of like how the song came out to be. It's really cool. Water, by the way. So one of my biggest things in my life that I've always wanted to do is adopt. I can't have kids of my own because you need a man and a woman to have a child, you know? And in my opinion, I rather go for adoption. I want to be a single parent. I want to take care of the child like it's my own child. Now, here's where you all are probably going to think like, what? I have already been doing my research and I'm only 16. And I am a full-on singer. I own the Ivy Vlogs. And I'm officially going on tour on December 5th on YouTube. And I think that doing research about adoption, calling adoption agencies, getting some information is key to being curious about who you are, who you want to be, what the next step is for you in your life. And for me, that's something I want to accomplish. Something I'm ready to see what else is out there. So, in conclusion to that, some of you did ask me on a Q&A question if I was still thinking about adoption. And if I was, would I be leaving music? And the answer to answer that, yes. Honestly, if I become a parent, I'm fully going to put all my legal love and everything into it. And I think in my heart that I will have to leave behind a big legacy that I have already put into of me being a teenager. I won't regret anything that I've done within 2025, 2024, or within the ages of the state of mind of me being a teenager. Me having the potential of performing, having the potential to sing on a stage, having the potential to face your fears and sing. You know, having that potential really shows a lot on the characteristic on who you really are, because it shows charisma, it shows power, it shows energy, it shows a lot on who you are as a person. And no one can really change who you are. It can only be you, right? Sorry if you hear a TV over there. That's just my dad. Anyways, I can't really talk so loud because it's like 10:22 when I'm making this video. So, yeah. So, like I'm saying, there's a lot of stuff that I want to accomplish in my life. Music was one of them. And I think when I will look back at all the memories I've spent as a teenager, I'm not going to regret, not even for a second, like, oh, I regret not going back to music because I had a child. I'm not going to regret it. No, what I will is I will accept the next chapter. And I will accept that even though I will not be writing music the time I will become a parent, I will cherish every single moment and every single memory that I had as a singer. And of course the Ivy Vlogs and tour. But yeah. The reason why I chose it on my own is not because what if my child thinks differently of me? Because, you know, adoption is a big step in a kid's milestone. It's a big step. It talks about protecting a child's life. Either if they were hurt. I don't want to get into the main things, but you get the gist. You know what some of you do know what adoption is, and if you all don't know what it is, please just don't. If you all want to know what adoption is, just search it up. In my opinion, the way I got introduced to adoption was watching this show called The Fosters. If you all are not familiar with The Fosters is a TV show with Lena and Steph and Callie and Mariana and Jesus, and all those amazing people in the show. And it really brought so much happiness to me. When I watched The Fosters, I'm like, maybe someday I can adopt kids. Maybe someday I can fully become a parent and be someone like them. And it really shares a big impact with Steph and Lena's relationship. Even though it was like a lesbian couple kind of way, it still shows me that even though I have my identity reasons, I'm not gonna jump right back in because you know my identity reasons. Even though I have my own identity reasons, I would still want to keep my name as Ivy Flores when I plan to adopt my own child. And I would rather for them to call me mom than dad, because I don't see myself as a boy. Like I said, I see myself as a girl. So my mom did say, and sorry mom if you see this video, sorry if I have to call you out, sorry. She did say, are you really prepared for the fact that what if your child says, I hate you? I wish I was never adopted. She said, are you really ready to see if your child's going to say that? And I said, I am. All I said was I watched all of The Fosters, so I know what I'm doing. Watching The Fosters isn't really going to help you maintain being a parent. You know? I walked away from her because it felt like I was overthinking the situation. And she said, you can't run from it. You can't. I know I can't run from it. I know. It's just, it takes a toll in your life that the minute you walk onto your next decision, that's it. You make it your own, you make it your life, and you make it your whole entire world. And after you make it yours like that, that's it. It feels crazy how a big impact can change a whole world. You know? Like I've said before on previous videos, previous Ivy vlogs, previous YouTube videos, previous Instagram reels, previous TikTok videos. If you've seen my TikToks, if you've seen my Instagram, if you've seen my YouTube videos, if you've seen the Ivy vlogs episodes, you damn well know that I would say I've never realized that I would be in this situation. I've never realized that I would be doing music. I've never realized that I would be doing a show at only 16. I never realized I'd be doing this whole job, and yet here I am doing it. And I'm damn good, and I'm fucking proud of myself. Because every situation that I do is for the benefit of the good and the doubt. So, yeah. That is my next step in my life after I leave high school. I do want to pursue something else too. I want to become an art teacher. Now I know some of you are going to be like, what? No. Because some of you are probably going to be like, you would benefit more as a music teacher because you love music. Yes, I do. Music is literally my entire life. My second therapist. I have my unpaid therapist. I'm not going to say her name, but I have my unpaid therapist. She absolutely helps me through my trauma, helps me through my panic attacks, helps me through my shaking hand attacks. I'll get into that in a minute. Helps me get through my hand attacks. My over the summer I had hand attacks where I would tap on, like, I don't know, like the table, wall, or whatever. My hand would just start shaking and it wouldn't stop. And I would be like, I can't. I would get nervous. I would get anxiety. And it still happens now to this day. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, music is everything to me. I care about it really much. As well do I care about my NP therapist. She means the entire world to me. But, so the reason why I picked art is because there's a lot of stuff in people's heads that they just want to let it out, but they don't want to write it down. And that's okay. That's okay. You all don't have to write it down. You can draw it out. The art teacher I want to be is letting down your fears, but drawing them out. Paint it out. Do whatever you want. Of course, don't use vile language, because I'll be in a classroom with them. I want to be an art teacher for teenagers, so probably in high school, junior high, seniors, whatever. But it would make me so proud if I became an art teacher. And art doesn't really just show you the arts. No. It shows you charisma. It shows you power. It shows you light. It shows you how power you are. That's what art shows me. All right, next topic. Second topic. What am I afraid of? Wow. I'm afraid of dancing in front of a huge crowd. So we have already gotten down to freshman year and sophomore year. Okay? I performed Feel the Light my freshman year for my talent show year. My sophomore year, I performed She's Somebody's Daughter, and it was dedicated to the class of 2025 seniors because, you know, they were graduating and they're somebody's daughter, you know? And now comes my junior year. I was going to be dancing to What's My Name dance version by Kylie Cantrell, but I decided not to. I decided to switch it up. I decided to dance to another song called 24/7 by Lala Sadie. Why, you may ask? Well, because dancing has to do about vibing, right? It has to do about dancing, getting into the mode of getting into your heart. Well, 24/7 got into my heart. It just went into my heart. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, 24/7, 24/7. I'm in your head, I'm in your head. But like, when I was dancing to the song, for me, I don't feel like I have to sing the song. Some songs that I like sing, I'm always with my microphone. Where's my microphone? I'm always with my microphone and I'm like, 24/7, 24/7. I'm in your head, I'm in your head, 24/7, 24/7. I'm in your head, I'm in your head. But like, I'm always singing the song and then I'm never dancing it, you know? So then when I was dancing to 24/7 without singing, it really like helped me a lot. And I did the song for the dancing 3 times. And I was like, wow. Just wow. So 24/7 by Lala Saidi. Even though it's a breakup song, doesn't have any bad words, I want to do that one. Because it shows a lot of movement, shows like a lot of hair flip. But like the sass into the song, it's like, yes, queen. Alright, the last topic of today's episode is emotions. Okay, so I know I'm like, this is just a video. But can anybody tell me what emotions is? Anybody? Emotions is something that has to do with fear, happiness, sadness, your mental health. It makes you, sometimes your heart race a lot. Makes you cry, makes you smile. And it brings you to the obvious good times and bad times, right? With emotions being like one of your loved ones, you always have to treat it with respect. You have to treat it like how you're gonna treat your heart. You know? You have to treat it with respect. Sometimes you don't want to treat it with respect. And I get that. I really get that. For me, I think I haven't been treating it with respect. For me, I think I've been, let's say for an example, we have this, there's a hair inside my water. Let me just take it out. Oh my god, holy shit. Okay, no more hair. Thank God. That always happens. Okay. Let's say for an example, I have this big ball. This big ball right here. This big ball. Hello, ball. Let's say I have this big ball. And it's controlled of all my emotions. Fear, sadness, anger, disgust. And then there's this, all this ball right here. Hi, ball. This ball controls all my anxiety. And then over here has my fears, things I can't get rid of. There's one ball here. I'm gonna move this ball. There's one ball here, one ball here, one ball here, and one ball here. How many balls are here? 4. What's the ball right here? The ball of fear. What's the ball over here? The ball of all my emotions. And what's the ball over here? The ball right here is a ball that I can't get rid of. And what's that ball? The ball of my good times. And the ball right here is the ball of the bad times. Stuff that we can't get rid of. We wish we could. We really wish we could. Mental health has to do a lot with emotions, as well for panic attacks, trauma, a lot. Just hurting yourself, it can do a lot of damage. You have to always protect your emotions, and you have to protect how you manage your emotions. Correct? Correct. Alright, now let's put these balls. We're done with the balls. Now I'm going to say for this example. Let's say we're in this box. Okay? We're in this box. And the box is split into this, it's like a side wave. Okay? Here, it's all the bad energy and all the sense of, I wish I was never here. I wish I was never alive. And then here on this side, there's only one particle, 1 cent that's saying you're useless. But everything around it is remembering all the good times you had as a child, your childhood memory, everything. But one particle in the good times is telling you that you're useless. What does that tell you? Does that tell you that you're useless? No. It tells you that you're uplifting your heart. You just gotta find it. And I know that deep, deep inside your heart, everyone, that you will find your power of light. All right. That's all I have for time for today. But emotions also mean what? Before we leave, emotions mean what? They also reflect on current events. Sometimes, I'll tell you this. Sometimes, for me, I have this kind of thing where I picture an event and I rewatch that event in my head, and it's like it goes rewind, and it keeps going, it keeps going in this head and doesn't stop. Sometimes when it's the bad times, the bad moments, when people I don't like, it rewinds to that day, and it's like it just reminds me of all those times. So sometimes when you want to realize who you are, don't go back on the rewind button. Stop on the rewind button and delete that from your head. Okay? Remember that. Delete that from your head. So, thank you all so much for watching. Just so you all know, today's episode is going to be called the strongest episode I could ever make, because this was the strongest episode I could ever make. Deadass. The Cooking with Ivy episodes will be coming back to season 3. I also just wanted to come out here and say thank you all so much for being a part of the Ivy Vlogs for seasons 1, 2, and 3. I'm officially happy to make season 3 as a comeback. I wanted to just say I am very sorry that I did not give you all a really season 3 happy ending goodbye. I'm really happy that this season will be its last and final cut. And I'm very sorry to say that I didn't really explain to y'all why I left the Ivy Vlogs. And now I'll go ahead and explain it to you for, I guess, a little while. I had to fire some people. Some people there didn't want me to continue the Ivy Vlogs. So, So I just decided on my own to cancel the show and not do it anymore and see what the next chapter left for me. But I needed to open that doorway. If I wanted to open that doorway, but I couldn't. It felt like it was like closed until like I had to show you all what season 3 had to offer first. What season 3 had to offer first, right? Season 3 was never even made for y'all. Because, you know, I felt like, how am I supposed to do season 3 if I feel like I just fired the people that I cared so much about and they just betrayed my trust? And how come I can't go to the next pathway in my life, you know? So that's why I was like, okay, I'll make season 3. So that way you all know right now, after the season is over, that's all the Abby Vlogs is gonna be. So enjoy the show while you can. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting this channel and supporting the Abby Vlogs. It makes me so happy with bittersweet to be thankful for each and every one of you who watch the show, who watch the Cooking with Ivy episodes. Cooking with Ivy episodes will be returning back to the Abby Vlogs for season 3, and I cannot wait to start cooking again with y'all. It's gonna be so amazing, so epic, and I cannot wait to start this whole roller coaster ride with Cooking with Ivy again. It's gonna be so amazing, and I can't wait to do it all over again. I love y'all so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day, or night whenever you all see this, or wonderful morning whenever you all see this. I love y'all so much, and I hope you have the rest of a good day. Love y'all. Peace.